The United States of America has seen many leaders who have held the highest office in the land, but some of them have also been among the richest individuals in the country. From business tycoons to successful lawyers, these presidents amassed huge fortunes before or during their time in office. Let's take a closer look at the richest US presidents of all time, analyzing their net worth, the sources of their wealth, and how they used their financial resources to shape their presidencies. James Madison won $13.3 million. James Madison, who served as the fourth president of the United States from 1809 to 1817, earned a maximum net worth of $113.3 million. Madison's parents were rich and possessed a great land portfolio. Despite the resources within his family, Madison encountered economic challenges in his later years. His plantation failed to yield the anticipated profits, and his stepson's issues with alcohol and gambling led to substantial financial setbacks. These circumstances played a part in Madison's financial hardships during the final phase of his life. Andrew Jackson won $32.6 million. Andrew Jackson, the seventh president of the United States, serving from 1829 to 1837, earned a maximum net worth of $132.6 million. In contrast to prior presidents, Jackson did not originate from a rich family and had to earn his own income as a lawyer. Nonetheless, despite his modest origins, Jackson's financial circumstances experienced a noteworthy improvement when he wedded Rachel, who brought substantial wealth into their marriage. Jackson inherited a substantial fortune from Rachel after her passing, which occurred soon before he assumed the presidency. Theodore Roosevelt won $39.7 million. Theodore Roosevelt, who served as the 26th President of the United States from 1901 to 1909, reached the pinnacle of his wealth with a net worth of $139.7 million. While he did inherit a trust fund, he did not actively engage in ventures to amass riches. Instead, his primary focus throughout his adult years was dedicated to public service, beginning with his election to the New York State Assembly when he was just 23 years old. Despite his commitment to serving the public, Roosevelt experienced a financial setback when a ranch investment in the Dakotas resulted in a serious loss of his fortune. Thomas Jefferson, $236.8 million. Thomas Jefferson, who served as the third president of the United States from 1801 to 1809, reached the peak of his net worth at $236.8 million. He received an inheritance of 1,200 hectares of land near Charlottesville, Virginia, from his father, and later expanded his real estate holdings by acquiring an additional 809 hectares of land. It was on this property that Jefferson built his renowned residence, Monticello. Despite his overall wealth, Jefferson faced considerable debt at the time of his death. This financial burden was partially caused by uncertain income from farming and his tendency to spend lavishly. George Washington, $587 million. From 1789 to 1797, George Washington held the esteemed position of the first president of the United States. During this time, his net worth reached around $587 million. The majority of his wealth was passed down to him, including the prosperous Mount Vernon plantation, which was handed down to him by his half-brother. Washington's earnings were also expanded by his roles as a military general and as the country's leader. His presidential salary in 1789 amounted to $25,000, a significant sum that accounted for 2% of the total US budget. John F. Kennedy, $1.1 billion. From 1961 to 1963, while serving as the 35th President of the United States, John F. Kennedy reached the height of his net worth at $1.1 billion. Kennedy's wealth was derived from his estate, as he was born into a wealthy family. His father, Joe Kennedy, amassed a large fortune through banking and investments, establishing himself as one of the richest individuals in the United States. Kennedy's wife, Jackie, also possessed huge wealth as a successor to an oil fortune. Donald J. Trump, $3.1 billion. With a net worth reaching its height at $3.1 billion, Donald Trump rose to the role of the 45th president in 2017. According to the New York Times, he was born into a privileged family and inherited a minimum of $413 million from his father. Trump's wealth climbed as he assumed control of his father's real estate enterprise, resulting in his ownership of billions of dollars worth of real estate assets. Nonetheless, His presidency was marked by controversy and intense examination of his financial affairs, including allegations of conflicts of interest involving his businesses and his refusal to disclose his tax returns. Well, that's it for today. If you enjoyed watching this video, please give it a thumbs up and don't forget to subscribe to our channel for more content like this. See you in the next video.